Welcome to Deep Speak, where we ask the questions to the answers of the universe.
So we'll talk about perception a little bit more. So we have this perception of time. We can only relate it to what's going on around us. And I remember, I don't know if it was the middle of the night or something that I was asking you, I'm like, hey, my brain always does this. What if everything, this is where I was going with The Sims. What if time sped up, would we know it? And if time slowed down, would we know it? Because we are moving at that speed. So how would we know it? There's nothing to relate it to. If the atomic clock sped up, if the rotation of the radiation the frequency was faster, and faster related to what? I don't know, but just say it's faster in some way or shape or form, then how would we know? We wouldn't, because everything around us would be moving at that same speed.
Yeah.
So we would have nothing to relate it to.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we have seen such weird time anomalies, and we'd love to hear. If you've ever had a time anomaly, I want to hear about it. Please comment below. Please send me a message. I don't care. Yes. I want to know about it. I think it's so fascinating. It's one of the most interesting things where you feel like not just like time slows down because I'm bored, or speeds up because I don't want to get to the end of something, right? But it almost feels like there's something inside of us, like our soul. If our soul is connected outside into a different dimension, right? So if we're connected through our higher self, through Jesus, through God, whatever, if we're connected through these levels of dimensions outside of time and space, couldn't that be a perception that we have, that something feels off, time feels off, because our inner soul is experiencing a different time, a difference in time from our bodies here on Earth? Did that make sense, what I just said?
I think so.
Okay.
To me it did.
So like our bodies are normally experiencing a certain time. We're always connected in different levels of time and space through the dimensions. And then if our bodies time starts speeding up here on Earth, then we would feel something off inside of our gut.
Mm-hmm.
And we've experienced weird time anomalies between me and you when significant events have happened in our life.
Mm-hmm.
So when we met, one of the things we kept saying was like, it seems like time is both. It was odd because it felt like we've known each other forever. Like we spent 1 week together,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt like we spent 1 week together, and it felt like we had been together, like it was a year's worth of time. But at the same time, so it went really fast, but it also felt like it was going really slow.
Mm-hmm. Like
it's only been a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it tapers off. Like there are certain epochs or periods that seem very strange, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of ours together.
Mm-hmm.
It's recently felt that way again between me and you.
Right, we both said it. We both looked at each other and we're like, it seems like time is doing that weird anomaly thing again, where it feels like so much time has passed, and yet only so much time has passed.
Right, yeah. What other examples are there?
Well, I want to know if other people experience
I do too.
that.
This is a little bit different, but I just thought of when I was a kid and I had this digital clock, with the red numbers that a lot of people have. It was my dad's. It was an older one, but I remember waking up and my experience of what would be like a millisecond or less than that, just I would open my eyes and I would see all the numbers moving really quick, like changing.
Uh-huh.
But it would stop. Mm-hmm. And then it would land, so to speak, at 6:30 in the morning or something like that, because it was always in the morning I would experience it, and it would scare me. It didn't happen a lot, but it happened several times, and I would try to recreate it by, if you ever stare at a fan blade, or stare at a fan and you blink really quick, sometimes you can catch like a singular frame, so to speak, of how the fan is moving. You'll see a blade, right? This is how I think time works. It's like a series of still frames. So anyway, I tried to recreate that with this clock, like blinking really quick. I would close my eyes again and then open them to see if I could see anything. I could never recreate it. So I'm not saying that is that I was literally experiencing time moving fast, but it was very strange to think what that could have been, like if it was just something visual, or was time actually like speeding up when I was in a state of sleep? You know? Anyone ever feel like that, where they like, you feel like you just went to bed and then your alarm's going off?
Well,
or
yeah,
all of a sudden you wake up and it's like, what?
That's
How
because the
does
simulation speeds up. So, well, that's what I was
The
saying about the
Sims,
Sims.
yeah.
When they go to bed, then all of a sudden you see time go. It makes that little noise and goes, and then it's just, and you see the people in the bed like tossing, turning, and then boop, then they wake up.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 hours that just went by.
And that's what it feels like all the time.
Doesn't it? Especially when we sleep. We really saw resistance, and we're going into this. Sleep is so weird. It's such a weird thing. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like sleep and dreams is just so incredibly strange
Your
to me.
perception of time isn't the same either.
In dreams?
Yeah,
Or
in dreams.
time is, I feel like we move into, well, there's a lot of things that happen, I think, in dreams or potentially. But like we seem to be in a world with strange time. I think that's a really great, I think it's like the only way that we can really perceive time as something different. Because all we can perceive time as is linear from this space, right? From this place. I think through deep meditation or proper meditation, psychedelics.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then also
space travel.
Dream.
If we were in dreams. So there's really 3 maybe. Hallucinogenics, dreams, or if you were to, for some reason, go out onto the space station and experience time dilation.
Yeah.
You've just heard a deep bite from our Deep Speak podcast. To hear the full episode, head on over to deepspeakpodcast.com. While you're there, come hang out with us and join the Deep Speak community at the Deep Speak Club, our members-only area, where you can find exclusive members-only content, courses, chats, merchandise, and more. Come get deep with us at deepspeakpodcast.com. See you all there.